We're going to be talking about a topic that not a lot of people talk about actually making money from your message by sharing your message. See, I think it used to be, I don't know if this is necessarily true now, but it used to be that really the only income stream that you can make as an author, as somebody who has a message to share, is hoping for a book deal. And some publisher basically buying your lottery ticket, investing in you and saying, hey, here's $10,000 or here's $50,000 for you to publish a book with us. Hopefully you make your advance back and then you get like a commission, your royalties on an ongoing basis. Those royalties would range somewhere between 10 to 20%. And the truth is, number one is book sales don't really lead to income. And number two, book publishers aren't really picking people who aren't internet famous. And so I think it's really important for us as messengers to find other ways to feed our family, to pay our mortgage, and to build a life that we love. And I see money as simply fuel for your mission. In fact, type that in the chat. Money is fuel for my mission. It's gas in the tank of your car. And if you don't have gas, both literally and metaphorically, if you don't have gas in the tank, you're not going to go very far. So I think it's really important that you really understand the concept that a worker is due his wages, and that by sharing your message, you can make money by helping people through your message. So that's my core philosophy of money when it comes to being a Hope Messenger, is that the more service you provide for people, the more they pay you for that service. And that a traditional book deal is not the best way to making an income from your message. In fact, I think it's a really outdated model to do that. Now, obviously, you might, as you think about, I know this person who had a book deal, but they made money in other ways. Well, up to this point, up to maybe the last 10 or 15 years, the other ways to make money from your message was to get out on the road, go speak, and get paid to be a workshop leader, paid to be a keynote speaker, paid to lead a weekend retreat for a church, and maybe you get a couple $1,000 from that. It was really hard for authors to kind of scrape together a financial life. And in fact, if you shared with your family, I want to be a full-time author, you kind of got the pat on the head of like, well, you're going to be broke the rest of your life. Nothing could be further from the truth. We now are living in the messenger revolution. The messenger revolution is where you're sharing your message and you're connecting with people who need to hear your message. There's no longer gatekeepers. There's no longer big mega corporations that have to approve your message. You have to apply to publish your book with them. In fact, you can go directly to your people, have a few different ways to serve them well, a free way, a low way, a medium way, and a high way. And we're going to talk about those 4 options. And you can make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, yes, even millions of dollars a year by sharing your message and helping people move forward. And that is the messenger revolution. And I want you to think about somebody that you follow online, somebody that you really love. How did you find out about them? Probably through YouTube, probably through Facebook, probably through an ad, or maybe word of mouth, or maybe on Instagram. And most of the people that you follow online that have been doing it consistently, I mean, the little secret is that they're making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Now, of course, they don't want to talk about it because, I think we all have these money mindset issues. But I mean, I think the average full-time messenger that I'm friends with over the last several years, they're making somewhere between $150,000 and $300,000, $400,000 a year. And like nobody really talks about that, but like think about those opportunities. As a full-time Hope Messenger, there's no ceiling to the income that you can make. There's no ceiling. Type in no ceiling in the chat. There's no ceiling to the income you can make. It's all about service. So as we were getting started, I just want you to think about 2 examples, okay? Let's just say that there's a messenger and she has 2 main products that she offers besides her book, because I don't really even count book in terms of the revenue. Okay, the first thing that she has is she has a low dollar self-study course, a $37 course. So you can buy the course for $37, right? So that's one thing that she has. And then for people that buy the course, for people that kind of go through the course, she has an offer for a $20 a month membership. It's pretty simple, right? $37 course and a $20 a month membership. So let's just do some math, okay? I just want to do some math with you. I'm going to go ahead and open up my calculator here and share my screen with you. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's just do a little bit of quick math here. See if I can share my calculator window with you. Okay, I think I can. Okay, so check this out. So let's just say, for sake of argument, that she really wants to make $100,000 a year. Actually, you know what? If the average salary is $50,000, we'll just say $50,000 a year. Okay, $50,000 a year. That would be like a teacher's salary, maybe an assistant, maybe like working as a secretary or working for a nonprofit. That's pretty standard. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide that by 12. So this would be what she needs to make monthly. So on a monthly basis, to make $50,000 gross revenue, $50,000 a year, she'd need to make $4,167 a month. Now check this out. This is so powerful. If she charges $20 a month for her membership, she only needs, you see that? She only needs 208 people. 208 people. Type wow in the chat. She only needs 208 people. 208 people at $20 a month is $50,000 a year. 208 people. So let's say, for example, that she helps people with knitting, that she is really good at knitting. She learned from her grandmother. When she knits, she thinks about her grandma. She thinks about her family legacy. She has a couple young kids now, or maybe she has a couple grandkids of her own. And she started a membership site where she's teaching people how to do knitting. Are there 208 people that would join a membership site at $20 a month to learn different knitting strategies? Do you see where we're going with this? Well, here's the really cool thing. Let me share my screen again. Here's the really cool thing, okay? Let's do it the other way. So let's say $20 a month times 12 months, okay? So that's the annual revenue per member. And let's say that she doesn't have 208 members, she has 920 members. Oh my goodness, 920 members, and she makes $220,800 a year from one product, from one membership. Now, it's gonna take her a couple hours a week, okay? A couple hours a week. Maybe she interviews a different knitting person once a week. She is emailing, hey, we're gonna go live on Tuesday, come join us. We're talking about knitting with this new strategy. She might have to have somebody manage her Facebook group, or maybe she manages her Facebook group. So there's some technical setup, of course. But where else in life can you make $220,000 talking about what you love for a couple hours a week? I mean, that is the possibility of sharing your message. Now, here's the really cool thing, okay? Let's just put a placeholder in that. Let's say that, let's just say that she has 500 members at $20 a month times 12 months a year, okay? So 500 members is $120,000. I remember my last real job, that's exactly what I got paid. I got paid as CEO of a $5.5 million nonprofit. My starting salary was $120,000. Oh my goodness. Somebody who has a knitting community with 500 members paying $20 a month could make exactly the same salary as me, not work as much as I was working in that nonprofit to run the charter school organization, and make the same amount of money for she'd probably do maybe 5 hours a week running her membership just on her own. Now here's where it gets really powerful. Let's say that she also has her course, which I mentioned, a $37 course, and let's say that she sells 10 of those courses a day. Okay, so that's 10 a day, and we're gonna multiply by 365. So her one course, if she sells 10 of these $37 courses a day, she makes $135,000. Plus, she makes the 120. She makes the 120 on the membership. She is now looking at a $250,000 business, $250,000 business, y'all. $250,000 business from two products, from a course and a membership. And now she can write her book. The book would bring in a couple bucks a book, depending on how she publishes that book. If she publishes with a traditional publisher, they'll probably pay her in advance, but then she's making $1 or $2 per book. She publishes with a hybrid like Hope Books. She's making $5 or $6 a book. She publishes on her own. She might make $8 or $9 a book. So you can kind of do the math of like, this is possible as a Hope Messenger. This is the income revolution. This is the messenger revolution, that you can make an income by sharing your message. So how do you get there? Because that might sound like a far off dream. And I believe that you have to have the vision, right? Begin with the end in mind. You have to know where you want to go and then do the work to get there.